Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, overview of the knives and axe. I have made one knife that my son made me. If anyone who's been following my channel for a while will know I am no knife maker, and I do not like it per se. I find it boring because most of the time it is stock reduction. So you get a piece of steel, whether it's an old file or in many cases, some cases, a lump of stock. Then basically you just grind it out, which is called stock reduction. Grind it out, put it in the forge, heat treat it, and then finish grinding it, and then that's done. There's virtually no forging involved in it at all. You can do some forging to it. Lawson, my oldest son, does forge a lot more on it, but he forges the bevels, forges out the knife a bit more. I don't go that far. I don't get real involved in knife making so much. I'm more of a blacksmith rather than a knife maker. More power to people who can do this. I don't mind making hammers or axes occasionally. There's a lot of work involved in it, but it's not too bad. A lot more hammering involved, as in using a hammer to make it, and it's a little bit better. I don't mind making the occasional knife, but yeah, just when they turn out well, they turn out well, but it's very easy to bugger them up, and they don't turn out the best. So yeah, you don't have to do one little grind bit wrong, and then all of a sudden it's not going the right way, and all of a sudden it just buggers up, or you get a warp in the quench, and it's really hard to get it right, to get it good. So yeah, it's yeah, there's a lot of work involved in getting it right. So yeah, I haven't done a lot on it, and I'm not the best at it. So yeah, that's why I don't like doing it so much. But I've got a few here. I'm not going to be doing too many more. I'll go through the ones I'm in the process of doing. I'll do a Skeendo, which is a Scottish black knife or stocking knife, and probably that'll be about it, and that'll be all my knives done. I keep showing this one off because I am keen to get this one done. The competition chopper, it's turning out really well. I've got a little bit of a skew if here, but just the grind, but I'm going to put a guide on, that'll get fixed up. I'm going to steepen the grinds out here. Once they're steepened down a little bit further, I'm going to keep that edge pretty well that thick. I'll just steepen this grind down as much as I can, and once my fast quench oil turns up, I'll get it quenched. I might talk to Andrew. I think I will drop some 15mm holes in the handle here just to lighten the handle up, get the weight forward. I did look up, I did say in my last video that these will be, they normal competition choppers run at about 23 ounces. They're actually 28 ounces. This is 43 ounces, so it has to come back a lot more. Even if I grind that off and drop that, I doubt it'll go much below 30. So I doubt it'll go much below 40 actually. But anyway, I'm a big bloke, but even at 40 ounces is going to be quite a heavy chopper. It'll weigh out very quickly. So yeah, that's the problem with having it too heavy, you wouldn't be able to do the competition, because the competition's for speed runs as well, so you've got to do it fast. But anyway, that's my W2. That's made out of W2 stock, 9.5 mils thick, just under 15 inches long. Yeah, looks really good. Precision knife. It's going to basically be antler. It's going to look like that. I've got a piece of antler that'll go in there, and that is what it'll look like. So it'll just have an antler handle on it and buried in the antler like that, and away you go. I'm going to fast quench that when that turns up. At the moment it's soft. It hasn't, it's been in the forge. I just had to restamp the O on it and fast quench oil it. My sticker, this is just out of a rasp, 5 mil thick. Haven't done any of the grinds on it yet. I'm just going to do some of the grind work on it. I'll probably fast quench oil this as well, and get it done. So yeah, it's turning out nice. It'll be all right. I'll probably put a false edge on here and just do saber grind on there, just to get it probably very similar to that one, just there, and paracord wrap the handle, and it'll just be a big sticking knife. Okay, this is Lawson's one of two. He made a C-axe knife for me and one for him. 1084. Yeah, 1084. Put the primal fire runes on it. The fire micarta, I think. G10. Anyway, the handles are really nice. Beautiful knife he made for me. His has got blue handles on it. Mine's got the orange on it. Fantastic. I love this knife. It's a fantastic knife that he made me. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that knife. It's yeah, beautiful broken back C-axe Viking knife. Just a big chopper. Yeah, it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted. I wanted it a lot thicker. The tip got burnt, and so we had to drop the edges back. It's still a formidable knife. 9 mil, I think, 7 mil thick spine. Yeah, fantastic. It's still big chopping knife. Not exactly sure how long it is. Yeah, still pretty big. Darn big knife. Got my own mark on it. Yeah, turned out alright. I just would have liked it, because you can see from the handle we lost a fair bit of the blade. Oh, you probably can't see it there. Yeah, we lost, a fair bit of the blade. It was just the way the grinds. I think it got a little bit hot up here, and Andrew had to step it back. Just the way it goes. That just happens, and that's fine. It was no dramas. As I said, sometimes it just happens when you're grinding. You go near the tip, it gets hot, goes blue, ruins the temper and the thing. You have to grind it out, and away you go. My little bushcrafter. This one turned out really nice. I am so happy with this knife. Old file. The grinds turned out really nice. Everything turned out really nice. It's got a little stick tang in it, but for a bushcrafter, I don't think you need a full tang on them. It was just the way that the handle fit. It just turned out. It's got the stick tangs this thick, but it goes up down to about here, and it's just all there. It looks very similar to that, but a lot thicker. goes down to about here, and yeah, perfectly adequate for this style knife, and yeah, fantastic, fits my hand really well, feels really nice in the hand, and a fantastic little drop point bushcrafter. Very, very happy with the way that turned out. It's probably, between those two, are the best knives I've ever produced, and I'm so happy I've got those two paired as my best knives I've made. That brings me on to this one. Really fallen for this. Only thing, it hasn't got a lanyard. I really think this size knife does need a lanyard, but it just didn't turn out that way. I was getting very annoyed by drifting holes in it because I can't drill this. This W2 or W1 that these files are made out of are really hard to drill. You can't drill them. They seem to work hard, and we burn out drills trying to drill it. And even when we anneal it, we seem to be able to not be able to drill it. So I was hot drifting. I was bending up the steel as I was hot drifting it, and I could have drifted a hole in it, but yeah, as you can see, it's very thick steel, and yeah, it just worked out. I didn't put a lanyard in it, but yeah, I probably should have, but yeah, it didn't get one, so yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It just turned out a fantastic all-purpose bash about. I think it's a 9-inch blade. Yeah, the rasp, be careful, that's sharp. Yeah, the rasp gave it a really nice texture. The rasp little bits of debris will get in there. I just have to keep it oiled. It is high carbon steel, it's going to rust. The handle scales look fantastic. Got through tubing, pins, just fantastic. I love it. It's got a little dimple here, but that's going to come out in sharpening, and I am very happy with the way that turned out. Between those two are my two best crafted knives. And that comes onto my axe, my bushcrafting axe, hatchet or whatever. Yeah, it's just a hatchet, bash about hatchet with a skull crusher. Probably won't make any more. I don't really need them. I've got several cold steel hatchets, tomahawks. I just wanted a bash about axe that I made. Yeah, fantastic. Turned out really well. Did it on the press, most of it. The skull crusher's on a little bit of a skew if, but that's all right. Yeah, just turned out really well. I'm very happy with it. Got my O on there. Got my Orion there. It didn't. I double hit it because the first time it didn't turn out very well. Hit it again, it moved, but that's all right. Yeah, you can barely see it now. I've left the oil. When I oil quenched it, it covered it up, but the O turned out really well. So I just go with my O mark there. I didn't put my O on that one. That's the only thing that, yeah, I didn't put my O on that, but all the others got my O on it, so which is good. This one hasn't got my O on it yet because I haven't had it in the forge, and this will have my O on it as well. So yeah. But yeah, very happy with the way that turned out. And they're all the ones I've forged. Oh, that didn't really, I forged that one. All these are all just stock reduction. So basically, yeah, just stock reduction. But they're the knives I made. As I said, I am no knife maker. Lawson's more of that, but he's basically said he's not doing any more knives either. He's at that point too, because when you say you're a blacksmith, the first thing people ask is, "Oh, can you make me a knife?" And they don't realise how much effort it goes into making these things, and yeah, it just annoys you because, and then you say, "Oh, you know, like." They expect you to give them away, which is, yeah, a little bit problematic too. Or then if they say, "Oh, can I buy one off you?" and you say, "Oh, for my time, it'd be $250 for it. They don't want to pay you for them. So, yeah, you know. So yeah, it's yeah, just problematic. But yeah, I'm very proud of what I've got. As I said, I probably won't be making any more after these. I've got one more skein dough. I've always wanted one. I want a traditional skein dough that I can use, and I probably will. I've got a rasp that I'll probably make it out of, or Andrew's got some 1084 there that's pretty thick too, that I might make it out of that. I don't know yet. I'll see how I go. I've got a piece of rasp that's about this long. But yeah, and I've got some antler there that I was thinking about putting an antler handle on it. So yeah, we'll go from there. But I just wanted to show you these. Yeah, just to go through all the knives I've got, and a few that I've got in progress, and go from there. So yeah, very proud of what my son made. I replaced this one because I gave Caleb, my youngest son, an axe that I first made, my first axe I made. So I had to replace it. That was the reason why I made that one. And I gave Sheep Station Cook one as well. So yeah, and yeah, I made one from him, and yeah, and I went on the same sort of, yeah, similar pattern. So yeah, for that one. So yeah, that was it. And a little bit of my thinking on why I don't really go for knives so much. Yeah, I've grind work. I do enjoy it a little bit, but most of the time you could spend hours doing grind work on this, and as I said, one little mistake and you basically ruin a project. So yeah, it's very hard to recover from. You do a stuff up like this, you know, we ruined one little hair and we had to basically modify it completely, you know, and while it turned out okay, it didn't turn out what I really wanted, you know, like I wanted it a lot thicker blade stock. So, you know, like it's still a serviceable knife and I'm very happy with it. It would have been a lot better if the blade had been the full thickness, because it would have been the same thickness as that rasp there. So that's how much I lost on it as far as it goes, you know. So, but that's just the way it goes, and you have to roll with the punches with this stuff. So yeah. But anyway, that's all the knives and the axe that I've made over the 3 odd years that I've been doing this blacksmithing carry on, and yeah, loving it at the moment. Thankfully, well, it's stinker today. It's like 7 o'clock and 32 degrees already. We're heading for 35 degrees. The feel-like temperature is going to be like 40. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm sweating like a pig at the moment. I'm going to go inside and turn the air conditioner on. Anyway, thanks for watching.